Good day, boys and girls. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're able to join me today, and I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. As you can tell, Miss Brittany is filming in a new place. Miss Brittany now has her very own special office for boys and girls, and even some grown-ups can come and see her as she tries to work with them to help them feel better. But I'm back, and I have some new stories and lessons for us. So let's go ahead and get started. So before we read our story, I gotta make sure everybody knows our secret. So let's see if you remember. Boys and girls, did you know that you are a super hero and that superheroes have super powers? That's right. So let's go ahead and do our superpower motto before we start our story. So let's see if you remember all the parts. So for my new friends, all you're going to do is point and repeat after me. So the first thing we find is our head. I control how I think. Very good. The next thing we find is our mouth. I control what I say. Excellent. Now we find our heart. I control how I feel. Very good. Our last one, we put our hands up in the air. I control what I do. Very good, boys and girls. So the story we're reading today is about a little boy. So we point to our mouth when we do our superpower motto, and we talk about being in control of our words. So let's find out what would happen if maybe one day we were not in control of our words. And let's find out what happens to this little boy named Andrew. In this story, Andrew's Angry Words by Dorothea Lachner, illustrated by Tae Jong-King. When the phone rang, Marion yelled, "I'll get it." She ran through the living room, and she didn't see her little brother until it was too late. Bam! Andrew and all his books and toys went flying. "Watch it!" yelled Andrew. And then he shouted the ugliest bunch of angry words anyone has ever heard. Right away, Andrew wished he hadn't said them. But it was too late. The angry words were out and passed along to someone else. Marion talked on the phone with Ted, the baker's son. "I'm sorry, Marion," he said, "but I can't take you out for ice cream today. I have to work." Marion was very disappointed, and before she knew it, she yelled all the angry words through the phone at Ted. "This is terrible," Andrew said to himself. "I've got to catch those words." And he jumped up and ran around the corner to Ted's house. But it was too late. Ted was upset because Marion had been so angry with him. He jumped on his bike and rode off to work. But soon those angry words came rushing out from the bottom of his lungs and went flying through an open window and into a room where a poet was deep in thought. When the angry words crashed in and interrupted his thoughts, he was furious. "Oh no, I've lost my rhyme." A few minutes later, just as his rhyme was coming back to him, a motorcycle roared by and wiped it out of his head again. So the poet leaned out of his window and screamed those angry words at the man on the motorcycle. The man on the motorcycle was late for work, so he took a shortcut. But Princess Priscilla was taking her morning ride, and he had to slow down. At first he was annoyed. Then he got impatient. Then he got so exasperated that the angry words came rushing out and hit the princess in the back of the head. Princess Priscilla rode along until a huge dragon blocked her path. He was very hungry and wanted a delicious horse for breakfast. But the princess refused to give up on her horse. She scolded the dragon and shouted those angry words right up into his face. This made the dragon so angry that he lost his appetite and flew off in a huff. So boys and girls, when we say angry words, what tends to happen to them? Do they just stay with us, or do they keep passing to other people? They keep passing to other people. Angry words and angry feelings can spread kind of like germs. They like to jump to people and spread. So let's see if Andrew figures out what to do about those angry words that keep spreading. Meanwhile, Andrew was still trying to catch up with the angry words. He had chased them from person to person and place to place, but he was always too late. As Andrew flew through the clear blue sky, he saw the dragon, and he could tell the dragon had the angry words, but not for long. Without his practice, the dragon was getting hungrier by the second, and the hunger was making him more and more angry. He flew over the bay and saw a fisherman with a basket of fresh fish. The dragon hated fish, but he was furious with the fisherman anyway, because the fisherman had food while his stomach was empty. So he roared those angry words at the fisherman. When the fisherman got back to port, he went to the market. The words the dragons had dumped on him were still ringing in his ears, and he was trying to forget them. Then a lady dropped a pumpkin right in front of him, and he nearly tripped over it. "Hey, watch out!" he yelled. "I could have hurt myself. These things are dangerous. Why don't you be more careful?" And the fisherman stamped and shouted and spluttered until every last angry word lay there quivering on the ground. "Stop being so dramatic," the lady said calmly. Then she scooped up the angry words, rolled them into a ball, shoved them into an old potato sack, tied the sack tightly, and threw it into the ocean. The sack twisted and jumped and bubbled and hissed, and the fish and the crabs and starfish gathered around. The octopus got scared and sped away in a cloud of ink, but the sack soon lay still, and all the sea creatures went about their business. Back on the shore, Andrew arrived at the market, all out of breath. The lady told him how she put an end to the angry words. "Thank you very much," said Andrew. "It was nothing," said the lady. "Here's a present for you. These are all the kind and happy words I know. They're nice words. Hold on to them, and you'll fly all the way home." As he flew out over the sea, Andrew tossed some of the nice words to the fisherman and threw another little piece to the dragon, who was so happy that he danced an elegant rumba in midair. Andrew shared his gift with Princess Priscilla, who smiled a regal smile, stood up on her horse, and did a circus trick just for him. When Andrew got back to town, the man on the motorcycle stopped to let him cross the street. Andrew gave him some nice words too. When the motorcycle sped off, it went vroom, but to Andrew it sounded like "thank you." Andrew waved as he flew past the poet. "Here are some nice words," called Andrew. "I hope you can use them." The poet smiled and instantly began to compose the happiest poem he had ever written. And the boy at the bakery, when Andrew gave Ted his share of the wonderful present, Ted decided to take the afternoon off just like that. Ted stuffed his treasure in his pocket and raced home on his bicycle and phoned Marion. So boys and girls, what are you noticing with the nice words? Do they like to get around like the angry words? Yeah. So just like angry words can spread around like germs, so do good and kind words. So which one do you think is better to spread around? Angry words or kind words? Kind words. You're right. Hello, Marion. It's me, Ted. Would you still like to go out for some ice cream? Marion felt a big warm smile coming through the phone at her. And of course she said, "Why, I'd love to." When Andrew got home, he told Marion all about his magic present. "Look, Marion, I've broken off lots of pieces, and yet it's even bigger than it used to be. What shall I do with it?" "I think you better keep it in a safe place," she said, "just in case those angry words ever come back. And Andrew, I'm sorry I knocked you over this morning." So Andrew put the nice words into the cupboard by his bed. That was a long time ago, and the angry words still have not come back. The end. So boys and girls, sometimes angry words escape from our mouth. So what can we do maybe to keep them from spreading so much? There's 2 words that you could try. Words are I'm sorry. Are those I'm sorry, are those mean words or kind words? Kind words. And even though we made a mistake, we can still use kind words to share. So I hope you enjoyed that story, boys and girls. And hopefully you'll see some more stories and lessons coming from me soon. I hope you have a great day.